There you go. Hello again, welcome. And so our notebook, which I've shared the link in the chat, you can click on that link in the chat to access it. It'll take you to this page here in your browser. The home tab is the first thing that you'll see with the welcome. So on the left-hand side, these are your notebook dividers. The home tab has just the general information like the welcome. Here's some information about me. My name is Michelle Singh. I am an educator of almost 20 years. I taught in the K-12 public school system here in Miami-Dade County where I live. And I'm also a professor of teacher education courses focused on the gifted education certification. I'm also the owner of an educational consulting firm where our focus is on culturally responsive teaching practices and emerging technologies. And I have a family outside, which includes my husband and my daughter who just recently turned 18, and my 4 dogs. So that's a little bit about me. I'm gonna be hearing a little bit about you in a few seconds when we go to that part of the notebook. So again, the session resources can be accessed via the link that I've added in the chat, or if you want, you can just take your phone right now, right? Turn on your camera and scan this QR code, and it will take you right to the notebook in your phone. It is it's accessible, mobile friendly. The OneNote is, and you'll be able to see the content that I'm reviewing with you so that you have access to it. Okay, and I see that we have one more person joining, so I'm gonna drop the link again in the chat so that, hi Gayla, welcome, so that you can access the notebook. So Gayla, we're just going over just the introductory stuff here. So go ahead and click on the link that I've just added in the chat for you to gain access to this, the resources that are part of our session today. You can either click on the link, or if you want to take out your phone and scan the QR code that you see here on the screen, you can do that as well. So welcome. So you have a table of contents, and there are 2 links here. The session I did earlier was I've got a story to tell. So if you want to view the resources that were part of that session, if you did not attend, that's absolutely fine and available to you. Our session today is developing authenticity with technology, and that's the content that we're going to review in this session. Both sessions are aligned to the national standards in gifted and talented education for K through 12 or pre-K through 12, and also the International Society for Technology in Education standards, particularly the creative communicator and innovative designer standards. If you would like to earn badges and certificates for our session today, you can actually do that because we are going over tools that are, technology tools, and Microsoft Educator Community does have opportunities for teachers to access professional development content and get credit for sessions that you've attended that reviews Microsoft tools like Flipgrid, which is one of the tools we're going to talk about today in our session. And so here are the steps under achievement codes. If you just follow these 5 steps here, here's the link. You can go in, create a profile, and follow these steps. The code for the session that you attended, you just choose the one for the ones that you've attended, enter the code, and then you'll be able to get a transcript and earn badges for not just what you've attended today, but you can also go on this site and see what other courses you can review and earn those badges and those points for. So if you're not familiar with the Education Center, the Microsoft Educator Center, go ahead and click on it. I know they're going to be transitioning to a different site really soon, but that all of that information is there on the site once you get there. Okay, and finally, for our session today, if you can click on the survey link at the end so that I can get your feedback on the information you received today. And of course, there's always great to reflect on the experience. As I've learned through the National Board Certification process, reflection is key. So I've tied in a reflection question here specific to our gifted student population and how we're able to meet the needs, the social, emotional, and academic needs of our students through the topics that we're going to cover today in our session. So this is just a reflection question for you to go back to as needed. Okay. All right. So let's jump into developing authenticity. When I talk about developing authenticity in the classroom, what I'm talking about is how we're giving students opportunities to be creative communicators and innovative designers of authentic learning products, what they are creating and what we're creating and modeling for them to show them, what authentic products look like or what authentic learning experiences look like for them. Okay, and so as a result, the two tools that I decided to focus on for this are Flipgrid and Canva. And I know Flipgrid is popular and lots of you already use Flipgrid, but there's so many different components to Flipgrid that I want to highlight two areas with Flipgrid. And with Canva, I want to talk about two areas with Canva as well and how Canva integrates with Flipgrid. Okay, so to get to know you a little bit better, I would like for you to participate in our goal setting task. And you could see here on the agenda how the order of the things that we're going to go over. So our goal setting task is for you to state your name, your role, your city, school, and state if you're not from Florida, and then use a sentence frame. By the end of the session, my goal is to blank so that I can blank. So by the end of today's session, my goal is to help you understand, features of Flipgrid or Canva so that you can help your students become or create authentic learning products. So I'll pause here for about 2 minutes because I know it takes time for you to think about what you want to write and then actually type it in the chat. So I'm okay with the delay, right? The silent time. And I would like for you to just quickly just provide a response to the goal setting task that you see down here. As I'm sharing my screen, make it a little larger for you so that you can respond. And I look forward to reading your comments about how you intend, what your goal is for our session today. So welcome, David. I just saw your name here. So welcome, David, Gayla, Joanna, and Chris. And of course, welcome, Amy. I know you're monitoring the 2 sessions that are happening, 2 or 3 sessions that are happening. So thank you for just being part of our session today. All right, so some of the things popping up in the chat. Gayla, you're hoping to learn about the new technology so you can nurture the creativity of your students. Chris, you're a resource specialist from Osceola County. Welcome. And you're gaining some new techniques to share with your gifted teachers. Okay, that's awesome. And feel free to not reinvent the wheel, Chris, because there's lots of things here that you can literally copy and paste and just share with your teachers. There are lots of links to videos and resources that you can, turnkey in your setting. So feel free to do that. Amy, you're going to learn even more items so you could pass them along to your teachers and students. Yes. Joanna, help utilize tech to better enrich teaching and learning. Absolutely. All right. Thank you all for sharing. And again, Gayla, you're from Hillsborough County. Awesome. So welcome again. I'm happy to be in the room with you all today on a Sunday, and I'm excited to share about Flipgrid and Canva, 2 tools I use quite often. I think I'm on Canva like every day, to be honest, creating something. So with that, let's jump in. You can again see our goals and topics for today with Flipgrid and Canva, which I've already shared, but we're going to jump into the Flipgrid topic. So on this page, there are videos here. I am going to play the video, but what I want to do is actually go into the web page, into the site, into Flipgrid, so that I can walk you through the two areas that I want to talk to you about. But I do think it's, these videos are pretty short, and I want to just share them with you really quickly. So we're going to start with the Flipgrid Discovery Library. So if you're not familiar with Flipgrid, I think it's important to at least explain what Flipgrid is. So Flipgrid is a video, it is a video platform ultimately, right? Teachers are able to use Flipgrid to create video topics for their students to respond to. So you can create these learning topics and students have all of the wonderful Flipgrid video features when they are responding to the topics. Now, they don't have to be on camera. There's options to be off camera, to only have audio. And there's options to use all kinds of filters so as to not show your face. And there's even options to upload. Let's say you want to just upload a PowerPoint and talk through it. There's even those options as well. So Flipgrid does give lots of options for students to show their learning, but it has that multimodal feature, which is, you know, again, much needed with our diverse learners that we service in our classrooms daily. So not only does it have the topics feature where you create the topics, Flipgrid has what's called a discovery library. So basically it has like loads of content that's already created for you by educators around the world and also by publishers or partners of Flipgrid. And so let me just play this video so you can get an idea, and then we're going to go into the Flipgrid site.
I'll be showing the Flipgrid Discovery Library, which just got a big update. Now I'm signed in as an educator into my Flipgrid dashboard, and right here I'll click the Discovery tab. The Discovery Library has almost 25,000 topics created by the Flipgrid community around the world, and these are great topics that can be shared and used in classrooms. And this page just got a really big update. First off, I'll go to My Collections, and I'm going to click Add New Collection. I'm going to give it a name, Mike Stuff. Now, as I'm going through the library, I can save topics really easy to my collection. There's these topics of the day. These are like little starter topics to get your mind going. This one here is from Scott Titmus, and he is awesome, so I will click Save and choose Mike Stuff. Also, Wonderopolis, a great partner of Flipgrid, has their Wonder of the Day. I definitely want to save that one to Mike Stuff. If I go back up to the top and drill into my collection, Mike Stuff, you'll see these two topics. Now I can delete them, I can reorder them, I can drill in. How do you show grit? This is from Scott, the audience. I can share this, I can add to it, and I can keep going through the Discovery Library to add new topics over time. So let's go back to the main page. The next thing we have are our partner pages. And these are great pages that have been put together by our partners. So for example, Wonderopolis is right here. I can drill in. This is a collection of all the great Wonderopolis topics, 210. You can see popular ones, collections. Now, if I want to go back out, I can also drill into another one of my favorite partners, which is Made by Dyslexia. Again, you can see this nice page that's organized with all sorts of topics from Made by Dyslexia, and these are great for classroom conversations. I'll go back to the main page now. If I scroll further down the page, what you're going to see are trending topics, things that might be pulled out for me, and some great August collections. So these are back to school collections. So things like conversation starters, race, equity, and justice and conversations, and back to school. And again, if I drill into one of these, I'll see all these great topics that have been part of these curated collections to help get things going. The last thing I'll show are the inspiring creators. So some of the great people in the Flipgrid community. I see a lot of familiar faces in here. So this is really, really cool to see some of the folks in the community creating topics. And as always in the Flipgrid Discovery Library, you can sort by subject and search by subject and by audience and by topic. So that's a quick tour of some of the great new updates in the Flipgrid Discovery Library. Hope you try it out.
All right, so let's jump in to Flipgrid, and I'm gonna go in the browser now and walk you through the discovery library. So here's my Flipgrid account. I'm logged in because I can see my profile icon up here. When I click on in the top right, that's where I want to go. In the top right, I'm gonna see my menu, and then from here, I'm gonna select discovery. So when I select discovery there, it takes me to the discovery library. And so in the discovery library, like you saw in the video, there's so much. There's, I mean, a ton of resources here. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to, you can just use what is here. So in the video, I think that was from August, I think he said it was like 20 something thousand. Look at the number of topics that have been added since then, right? So we're talking about 43,000, almost 44,000 now that's been created by the Flipgrid community. So that number grows all the time. And so you can easily find topics that are, when I scroll down here to the topics in the discovery library, these are by educators just like you who's added their own content for you to have access to. And so you can use the search features to search by your subject area, by your grade level or community that you service, or you can just type in your topic name and you can find a topic, okay? And when you click on it here, you'll see exactly what the task is. There are tips on how you can use this topic. You'll see that this is the engagement is how many have responded to this person's topic. But if it is something that you want to use in your own classroom for your students, it's important that you click on add topic down here at the bottom, because that will add it to your topic library so that your students who have access to your classroom in Flipgrid, your classroom group, can share their videos, right? So this particular one has been used 67 times by educators all over the world. Okay, so this is a great place to start to see, what's already been created for you by educators. And again, the search here is very specific. Another area that I want to take you to is the partner section. The reason I like the partner section is not just because I can find, simple topics to go over and have discussions with my students on, but the partner section is an opportunity for you to also expose your students to videos that could be virtual field trips, for example. I'm not sure if you've ever participated before in Skype in the classroom, but maybe 2 years ago, Skype in the classroom started transitioning over to Flipgrid, and now Skype in the classroom experiences where students used to go on virtual field trips with different, zoos and museums. Now those experiences are right here in Flipgrid, and you access them in the Discovery Library, and you can connect your classroom with lots of experts from around the world through video. And so you can click on, let's say, for example, California state parks, and there are lots of videos and lessons, right? Flipgrid lessons on the topics related to environment or, whatever California state parks is teaching you about. And so like this one for Earth Day, for example, or even this one for threats for the Western monarch butterfly. When I click on it, there's a video. Here are the things that the tasks for the students, and guess what? There are tips here for you to look at and to review, and to even click on these links that may even lead to more resources that you can share with your students. So if this is one that you want to do, click add topic. It'll add it to your library. And then you'll be able to have your students respond to these videos and learning tasks, and they're learning from experts, right? So I wanted to definitely pinpoint the partner section in the Discovery Library because there is so much to choose from under partners, so much, from museums to zoos. There's even authors. There's even, you can go and look at authors and look at the things that the authors have recorded. World War II Museum, for example, they can hear from veterans. There's one on a Tuskegee Airman I always like to show, and he's being interviewed. And then this one, Night Zookeeper, this is a book, and the author has different topics here, and Penguin Young Reader. So I would, you can see there's a lot. Scholastic, I mean, there's a lot. So what I would say is begin your exploration in Flipgrid if you're looking at this kind of content that is, the guest speaker expert video, pre-recorded video content, and you want to tie it into, the lessons that you are, that you're teaching your students. And I saw the chat kind of, let me look at the chat real quick. So yeah, aligning to the lessons that you're already doing. Yeah, look at that. Choice sports. Absolutely, Joanna. You can definitely grab, add these to your library and have a choice board where students have different options to click on the lesson that they want to review on that topic, right? And there's so many options to choose from. That's why I love Flipgrid so much, right? Okay, so that's just one part of it. Remember, I told you there's lots of stuff that you could do in the Discovery Library. So the next thing that I want to share with you in the Discovery Library is the Flipgrid live events. These are absolutely free events that you can sign up your class to attend or your school to attend. Share it with the teachers in your school or your district. And so when I click live events, it takes me to the page that shows me what's coming up, right? So here's what's coming up, who's featured, what their topics are, and you can register to attend. It is something that you would showcase like on your larger screen, right? So whether you're meeting virtually or with your students, you're gonna attend the live event. You'll hear from these experts and guest speakers, and you'll be able to hear them, and you might even be able to participate in the chat. But again, a great opportunity for your students to hear from experts. Okay. All right, so that's the Discovery Library in Flipgrid. Okay, so I'm gonna screen share, change my screen share here really quick. There we go. Okay, so we looked at the Discovery Library. We looked at one part of it. As you can see, there's a lot there that you can really, get in there and explore. So I'm going to pause really quick to see if you have any questions in the chat. I see lots of ideas in the chat. So thank you all for sharing those. I don't know if you have any questions before we move to the second part of our Flipgrid section that talks about the Flipgrid Shorts camera. So I'm going to pause really quick just to see if you do. And again, we're a small group, so if you want to come off mute to ask, that is absolutely fine. Okay. All right, so the Flipgrid Shorts camera is what I want to show you next. And so Flipgrid Shorts camera, the video is there in the notebook for you to watch if you'd like to watch. I'm not going to show you the video. I'm going to show it to you live. So up here in my top right-hand side, so the Flipgrid Shorts, everything you're going to do in Flipgrid, you're going to create a free account, and then you're going to, have the teacher access to these topics and these videos that you're creating. And then these are what you would share out to your students. So your students would not be creating in the Flipgrid the way that you are. They're going to be responding to what you create for them. Okay. So the Flipgrid Shorts camera is a way for you to create short videos, video lessons, video messages, announcements, presentations, whatever it is that you want to do, but they're short. They have to be 10 minutes or under. So I'm going to click here in my toolbar that's at the top right, and I'm going to click camera. And so this is going to take me to my Flipgrid Shorts camera. But when I click my menu option, if I click shorts, it actually takes me to my shorts library of videos that I have that I've created, right? And so you could see these videos under 10 minutes that I've created. Some of them, it may have been part, you know, I've gone live and I'm walking through steps on how to do something. Some of them I've created videos like on the fly there. So there are different ways, and I'm going to show you exactly how you're able to create. And once you create, it lives here in your shorts library, and then you're able to download the video if you would like, but you can share the video and it's easily shareable via a link. Right? You can copy the link and share the link. If you're using any other like learning management system, so like if you're using Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams, you can share to those, to Remind, to Twitter, copy and embed the code on your website. So there are different ways that you could share the video once you have created it. There's even a QR code option too for the sharing of the video. Here it is. And that has that, the Flipgrid has an AR option. And so the AR option is great. Let's say you do create like a quick video, maybe it's like a homework help video for the parents to assist the students. You can send home the QR code with the students, and the parent could scan the QR code and watch the video using that AR option and help their child with, you know, the homework or whatever it is they're doing. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the Flipgrid Shorts camera. I may have to turn off my camera. Here, I'm going to stop my camera here really quick. Okay. Yeah, so let's see if it'll retry my camera. Because I'm using my camera in the Zoom, it's not allowing me to use it here, but let me see if it'll let me now. Yeah. Oh, geez, of course. So, all right, so let's try this. Okay, the camera works the same in Flipgrid regardless of whether you're using it in the Shorts app or whether you're using it like your students are recording a video. So what I want to do is I'm going to show it to you really quickly, and I am going to see if it'll allow me to record. And I did turn off my camera here. Okay, technical difficulties, but guess what? That comes with the territory. So I'm gonna try a backup really quick. Why? Because you always have to have a backup, right? That's just how things go with technology. So I'm gonna try with this, see if it'll let me. Sorry about that, but territory. Okay, so let's see. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I just want to really highlight the Flipgrid camera, and it's just not allowing me to be great today. But it's all right. So let me click manage really quick and see. Allow. Okay. Wow, look at that. It worked. Oh, goodness. All right, so here is the Flipgrid Shorts camera. Hopefully, let me make sure that I'm sharing the screen that I'm supposed to share. So yes. All right, so what I love about the Flipgrid Shorts camera, down here at the bottom, options. So when I click options, if I already have videos, I can upload clips. If I don't want to show my face, I can use the mic only. The mirror your video just allows you to switch, direction. You can mute. You could record your screen. So like if you were walking your students through like a tutorial of something, or even the parents through a tutorial, you can record screen. Okay, so these are your options for what you want to be on the screen. So this is your record button, but before I record, I want to look at effects. This is the fun part. And so the video shorts option and then the Flipgrid video, they're all the same in terms of like the features and the options, the effects and the backdrop. So what you're seeing here is what the students see. These are all of the features of Flipgrid that the students will be able to do when they're recording videos in response to a topic that you give them. And these are the things that you have access to when you're recording videos and modeling for students to, the video experience. So you have filters, everything from colors to, really blocking out your features. So you have your filtering options. You can add text, right? So I can type text, okay? And of course I can move it and put it wherever I want it to go. So, you can add that as part of your video content. You can use the inking pen and circle and highlight and do whatever you want to do. I love the board feature. So the board feature allows me to be side to side with a board. So if I wanted to have, let's say, lined paper, right? Can't really see it, but it is lined paper. I'm here on this side, and let's say I'm explaining how to work a problem out, or some aspect or a scientific process or whatever it is. I'm on the video and I'm using the pen feature, the text feature, and I have this board here that I'm using, and I can be, fully here. I can have the board take up most of the screen. You get to choose how much board and how much you want in terms of how you want to split the screen. So you have the board option. There are lots of options to add stickers as well, lots and lots of stickers. And you could see that there are different categories for stickers, even ASL, okay? And then you have GIFs. You can add all kinds of GIFs as well. So you can search and add the GIFs to your video. You can even bring in your own photos from your photo library. You can add a frame to the video, okay? So lots of frames to choose from as well. And so the students can get really, really creative in how they, how they are showing their learning and the kind of content they're putting on the screen with the video features. And the same for you when you're creating these videos to share with your community, whether it's students, whether it's parents, whether it's other teachers in your school. But I definitely wanted to highlight the features of the Flipgrid Shorts camera so that you can see all of the possibilities with them. So those are the effects. And of course you have backdrops that you can bring in. So the background will change. You can blur your background. It's taking a little time because there's so much going on. You can blur, you can add your own backdrop, okay? And when we get into Canva, you're gonna see how you can create a Flipgrid background in Canva and bring it into Flipgrid. So that's the integration, that piece that we'll talk about next. All right, so I'm gonna quick pause here, stop share and see what's happening in the chat. Okay. Okay, love it. Gifted educators to create shorts on gifted topics and contribute to a resource library for Flag. I love that. Do you all have any questions about the Flipgrid piece before I move into the Canva piece? Any other ideas or questions that you have? But as you can see, Flipgrid is very robust. There's so much you could do with Flipgrid. So that's why I only chose 2 areas to focus on for our presentation today in terms of how you can, create and communicate with Flipgrid. So you can model for your students and allow them to create as well. So jumping into our next topic, we're going to look at Canva. Canva. So Canva is, first of all, Canva has a free account for educators. Canva for Education is free, so you can sign up with your school account for Canva and have access to all of the templates and fonts and photos and all of that just for free. You can also set up your class and invite students into your teacher account when you create it. I'm gonna just have you click on this video during your time so that you can see how exactly you want to do that. What I want to focus on for our time together is looking at how you can design with the Canva templates, and also how you can use Flipgrid and Canva together. And just as a note, when you go on, you will have access to this notebook even after our session today. I'm not going to delete it or anything. As long as you have that link, you can bookmark the link. But here are some examples that I've pulled from the Discovery Library, just so you can have some teacher examples of Flipgrid lessons for different subject areas. And also on this page for Canva, examples for Canva templates that can be used depending on what you're doing with your students. So I'm going to jump into Canva right now on the website. X out of that. I'm going to X out of Flipgrid. Here we go. So I'm signed into my Canva account here, and I just, so again, I want to show you the Canva templates, and I want to show you the Flipgrid integration with Canva. And so when you're here on Canva, just go right here to templates. So when you go to templates, there's so many options to choose from, right? Social media, personal, business, marketing, and under education. So if you click the education, you'll see classroom kits, lesson plan, worksheets, certificates, bookmarks. So let's just say I'm gonna go into worksheets, right? And you'll see tons of different examples here that you can pull from, and you can even customize outside of what this looks like. So you talked about choice boards, right? You could create a choice board right here in Canva and hyperlink those Flipgrid topics to your choice board right here on Canva, and then share it with your students. And you can easily use a template to do that. You could create from scratch. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to click on this one as an example. And so you can see here when I click on it, it's asked me if I want to customize the template. I can, look at the pages even further, and then I can see some similar items here. So let's say I actually wanted to customize this template. Maybe I wanted to make a bingo with Flipgrid to Flipgrid lessons or something like that. And so I could edit the images. I can make them smaller, larger. I can change the words. So you can see when you click here, you have all of these fonts, you have effects, you have, a lot of other things you can do as well that you could see. You could change the colors. If I wanted to hyperlink that image to, let's say, a lesson on horses on Flipgrid, click that little link, type in that URL or paste that URL, and then I've created it. And so let's say you're finished creating, let's say it's your choice board or your bingo options for students to have access to resources. Your share options, so you can download it as a PDF, right? And share it with your students. Obviously, it's not going to be, the links are not going to be live if you give it to them as a printed copy of the PDF. So what you can do is share it with them via a link to view, not a link to edit, a link to view. And then when they click on the link, it opens up and they're able to click on and access the, the hyperdoc, so to speak. Okay. Okay. I was just checking in the chat real quick, but as you're looking at the pages here, and also on the left-hand side, I can easily change the templates. I can bring in, let's say I wanted to use this one instead. I can bring in templates. I can do a search here. Let's do this search. Let me see what let's actually type in choice boards and see if there's anything that pops up for choice boards. Oh, nothing yet. Okay, so nothing specific to choice boards, but what about, Is it tic-tac-toe? I don't know how to spell tick-to-tick, not TikTok. I don't even know. Maybe that's how I spell it. Okay, so here, tic-tac-toe, Valentine's tic-tac-toe, and you're gonna do, link each of these to some resource, hyperlink or picture or whatever, maybe even replace them for QR codes on the Flipgrid that they scan. So you can, search and find, from templates to elements. You could even upload your own content. Here are all of the text options that you can choose from and styles. I mean, there's so much, there's a lot. So if you want to keep it simple, you can absolutely keep it simple and just use the templates. Absolutely. And just fill it in with the information that you have. And so you can actually just do a quick search up here and just search for, let's say book reports. And when I do a search for book reports, here are the templates that show up for book reports. Let me see if I can actually search choice boards up here and see if there's anything, not really much. Well, yeah, sure, some templates came up for choice boards. So you can kind of look and see if they fit what you're looking for, if it's something that's easily editable for you. But you can easily do searches here and see what you can find, or you could just click on templates here and navigate the templates and select what you're looking for under the templates. So like if I click on education over here on the left, when I click templates, these are all of the options that I have for templates: storyboard, comic strip, group work. The group work one is good too. I've explored a lot of these options here for group work. Okay, so as far as looking at the design with the Canva templates, that is, there's tons for you to review. So what I want to show you next is, let me go to the notebook. I want to show you, and I'm going to include sound. I'm going to show you the Flipgrid and Canva integration. How does Flipgrid and Canva integrate if you want to use them together? So I'm going to hit play here.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
So I'm not gonna show you 50 minutes.
You guys can still hear me, and I have like full.
Who is the district engagement?
Oh.
So awesome.
What a great catch.
Okay, so there's something. There is a better one. Sorry about that. Let me see here. Okay. All right, so I'll just walk you through the Flipgrid and Canva because that video was way too long and I'm not gonna show that video for you, but if it's something you wanna share with your teachers that you support, you can. So ultimately, what the Flipgrid and Canva integration is, you're able to create Flipgrid frames in Canva and then bring them into Flipgrid. So you can either do it by in Canva. Actually, let me X out of that. I can type in up here, Flipgrid. Okay, and all of these are Flipgrid templates, meaning I can use these in Flipgrid. So if I wanted to create a background for my video that I'm doing with my students, and this is gonna be what I point to in my video to show my students, hey, we're gonna talk about topic 1, topic 2, and topic 3 today. And I wanna have, that as part of my background. You can absolutely do that when you use the Flipgrid templates in Canva. And so what you'll do is you'll create these templates in Canva, and then you will download them and upload them into your Flipgrid as a background when it's time for you to record. So you can tie the backgrounds into the topics that you're covering in your video, the themes. It's totally up to you, but it's easily searchable. Just go here, click on Flipgrid. Flipgrid backdrops will pop up, and you will see all of the options and templates that you can edit yourself and use when you're using Flipgrid, and you are going to add your Canva backdrops to your Flipgrid. Okay. All right. So the next thing that I want to share with you, and I want to give you some time to explore actually, is, I'm gonna go here to activity. So hopefully you're seeing the notebook. And so I actually have a Canva that I did for you right here, right? And so these are all, when you go to the activity page in the notebook, these are all examples of different things that you can create for your students. They link to examples in Canva that you can add as templates and edit. So if you wanted to create a virtual background for your video, you click on that. And guess what? Here are virtual backgrounds. If you want to create a visual vitae, visual vita, like helping your students create like those, resumes. If they're working on that, I've had lots of teachers in the secondary level have students working on that. And so that's there. Flipgrid backdrops, that's linked there. Infographic, if you wanted to design an infographic for your class or a unit you have coming up, a worksheet, a presentation, a class announcement. Maybe you do an intro video for your students or want your students to do an intro video. And here are lots of examples of that. So I put this social emotional learning activities are here as well. So I put this together for you, of course, with the help of some Flipgrid resources and group work. Let's not forget the group work templates as well. So you can easily access this Canva resource, okay, by clicking on that link in the notebook, and it will take you to, this page, and clicking on each of those hyperlinks will take you to the templates in Canva so that you can explore that. And again, this could be a way that you create your hyperdocs for students and link to resources outside of Canva, but in Flipgrid or a website or a document, whatever it is that you want to use. The possibilities are endless. So we have about 12 minutes left. I know we have just a very few of you here, but what I want to do is I do want you to have some time to speak to someone in our group. And I want to, I'm gonna assign you to breakout rooms. And I just want you to look at the resources that are in the notebook. You can look at the resources that are part of the Canva creation menu that I've designed for you. Where's the Zoom? There we go. And I'm going to drop that link in the chat, but I'm going to send you to breakout rooms for about 7 minutes or 5 minutes so that you can just talk through what we've talked about today and think about how you can apply it in your setting. Okay, so I'm going to send you to breakout rooms now. Okay, well, welcome back. I did create 2 breakout rooms, but I ended up putting everybody in the one because some people didn't add to the go into join the breakout room when I created them. But I did hear the conversation that you guys were having, and I can definitely see how you're going to apply it in your setting. So now we have a few minutes, and I just want to share with you really quick some resources that are in the notebook that you can take with you. So first, the Canva creation menu is here that you can access to see all the templates and just some ideas of how teachers have used Flipgrid and Canva together in their classrooms from other conversations and trainings I've done on the topic. And then when you click continue the learning here, these take you to resources, whether it's on the Microsoft page, the education page, or the Canva tutorials page. But this is if you want to share with your teachers or share with teachers for them to get started, or for you to go even deeper, you can just click on these links and they will take you to they will allow you to continue the learning ultimately. Okay, so with that, thank you all for your time and your contributions to our session today. I hope that you were able to meet your goal that you set at the beginning, where you wanted to, gain access to new techniques to pass along to teachers and students, where you can nurture the creativity in your students with the new technology that you've learned. So I hope you were able to accomplish those goals that you set in the beginning. And let's connect. Let's connect on Twitter. My Twitter handle is right there, Singh NBCT, and I'd love to stay in touch with you and see all the things that you're going to be doing with your students. So with that, if you guys don't have any final thoughts, feel free to come off mute if you would like. But we are good to go with 2 minutes to spare. Thank you all again, and have a great rest of your Sunday.
Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, I just wanted to say, this is Johanna, that this was a wonderful session, and I'm really excited about taking this back to my teachers and students.
Oh, awesome. So good to hear. I'm glad. I love Flipgrid and I love Canva, but I love Flipgrid more because there's so many possibilities. So I'm very happy to share it with you and see that you're able to use it with your students.
Yes, thank you so much. This was wonderful. I appreciate it so much.
All right, no problem. My pleasure. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Gayla and Chris, as well. Take care.